Yes, my people, what is happening? I hope you're all keeping well. So welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be running you through a full day of eating because we've had 2 food increases this week. So my meal plan has actually changed a lot. Alongside those 2 food increases, I've also moved from 5 meals a day to 6 meals a day. So I'm going to show you how my food looks today because I know everybody loves that and it's very, very different to how it would have looked a couple of weeks ago because I made a couple of tweaks to make it a little bit lower volume to keep my digestion on point. So I'm going to run you through all of that today. I'm going to explain the who, the what, the why, the when, the how. Yeah, you gotta. And it's just going to show you my day as I'm moving along. We've got push on the cards today. It's Sunday, so not like a super busy work day or anything like that for me. So take you along with the vlog and could show you as much of an insight as my day as I possibly can. I'll also kind of run you through like supplements and like what I'm doing and some of the recent changes I've made as well. But first things first, we've got to go over here and we've got to grab my coffee. What do we got here? Okay, so number one, guys, what we're working with for the espressos, we've got the Columbia pod. So my 2 favorite pods are probably the Intenso and the Columbia. Intenso is my number 1, but if I'm looking for something a little bit milder, I do quite like the Columbias, I must say. So Columbia's on the cards. And then we've also got our HydroFlow. Of course, guys, you already know what it is first thing in the morning. Hydration. Chloe, what HydroFlow flavor are we working with this morning? Grape soda. A fantastic choice, I must say, C Chizzle. Well done. So that's made my morning. We've got the grape soda flavor there. One of the more underrated flavors, one of the recent flavors that actually came out. So I feel like people are sleeping on it. So get on it, guys. DMAC 10 for discount. Speaking of DMAC 10 for discount, what's that lovely black nose strip I see you wearing? Well, guys, it's my new High Stripes nose strip, which keeps my nose open tremendously well during the night. It doesn't peel off my nose. I absolutely love it. DMAC 10 for discount. Links in the bio. As you know, I sold my soul to that in the last video. I still haven't posted about it on Instagram. I need to DM him and ask him, does YouTube count? Because I feel like most of my sales are going to come from YouTube if they're going to come from anywhere. Because you guys watching, you're the real MVPs. You're the loyal ones. You're the true loyal ones. Also, speaking of DMAC 10, if you're watching this video, the Conte Elite Whey has just dropped. So the 4 original flavors have obviously come back out. They've reformulated the whey to some degree as well. Don't know exactly what, but I'll have to obviously get the whey and take a look at it and see. They've reformulated the whey a little bit and they've added 6 new flavors. Let me see, can I remember these off the top of my head? Okay, so we've got strawberry cheesecake, which I'm very excited to try, cinnamon swirl, chocolate caramel, white chocolate hazelnut, cookies and cream, and there's one more in there, cereal milk. They're the 6. So if you like any of those flavors, guys, if you fuck with any of those flavors, get on them. I'm really looking forward to trying those because one thing I will say about Conte, since they have sponsored me, they do not miss on the flavors. They do not miss on the flavors. So I'm buzzing to get some of those ways, start to review them for you guys, and then you can try them for yourselves, and I'll let you know what you think. No garbage, perform, bollocks in this household, okay? Only good digesting whey, guys. That's not gonna bloat your stomach, make you feel like shit, and give you spots in your face and all that bollocks. So we'll head inside now to the sitting room. We'll sit down and we'll drink this coffee with C Chizzle and also get her to take my pin for me. So speaking of that, currently right now in the mornings I am taking some Motzi fasted. So I've got 1 milligram here. Now I got the Proforma Peptides Motzi, which actually comes in 40 milligram vial, right? So 40 milligrams, I mixed it with 2 mils of water and I pin a 5 on a 0.5 insulin pin, okay? Because I know people are going to ask me that. I know people are going to DM if I say 40 milligrams, say, how are you injecting 1 mil a day, blah, blah, blah. Because these little peptide bottles, you can't fit 4 mils in them. So that's what I'm doing, all right? So that is the first thing that I take as well, every single morning fasted. Then I still have some SLU in. This is the last day I'm going to be taking the SLU, right? We were on 100 mcg. He bumped it up to 250 once I get back from holidays and my weight just went. So I reckon this has been having a big difference. I don't need to be taking this anymore. I think we're going to pull it out and then in another 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to put it back in just before I start cruising. So that's in at 250 mcg. So I'll take that fasted, I'll take my Motzi fasted, and then I will take this, my anabolics. Now, the fridge is beeping at me. This looks outrageously fucking big, okay? And do you know why? Because I can't get my hands on Mass D anymore. I can only get Mass P, and Mass P is 100 megamil. So I have to inject double the volume of liquid on a daily basis, which is quite literally a pain in my ass. So that's unfortunate. Now, I do have, what's that, 4 bottles, well, 3 bottles and one I've just opened of Mass D left. And I'm thinking like, oh, do I just save those until I'm on prep? This is something I kind of mentioned to Cuba already. I'm like, look, I stocked up, I've got some Primo, I've got some Mass D. Do I save this until prep and then, like, you know, we run something else for the remainder of the year, start prep on a different cycle, and then towards the end of prep, we stick with what we know, with the dosages I know, with the compounds I know that gave me a really good look last year. And he's like, oh no, don't worry, you know, you'll be able to get some stuff, like I have a good source, so I can pass it on to you, whatever. But I'm like, you know, it's costing me an absolute fortune, guys, okay? So, like, it's costing me, like, £285 just for Primo and Max every single month, when I could just buy a bottle of EQ, and that would cost me £40, and it would last me the same amount of time. I mean, can I justify it? I just don't know if I can justify it anymore, guys. I just don't know. So I'm going to have a chat with him and see, is there a potential for us to change the cycle? I know he's not going to want to do that, and I don't blame him, because, again, we want to stick with what we know, and what we know, like, you know, mentally, for me, keeps me in a good spot. That's a big thing for him. He thinks if I take EQ, I'm going to start losing my head. I've taken MPP before in the past, didn't really like that. Again, gives a lot of people mental side effects. But I'm like, you know what, I'd rather just be an anxious wreck for a couple of weeks and still make gains, and not just fucking piss money away and then potentially run into issues next year on prep and not be able to get any Master Primo at all, because I don't think that shit is coming back, guys. I don't think that shit is coming back, okay? And then be stressed on prep that I'm like having to run a completely different cycle. You get me? You get where I'm coming from? So anyway, I'm waffling now, guys, but we'll go in, we'll join C Chizzle, we'll get her to stick me in the ass with this, guys, with this. Calm down, relax, and then we'll start our day. I'll show you meal number 1.
Wait until you brush your hair. Okay, babe. So, we're a little bit tired this morning, guys. Chloe is over here in the corner, not to be shown, because she's just waking up. You know the drill, fellas. You know the drill. But anyway, we stayed up to watch the British Grand Prix last night. Well, I stayed up to watch the British Grand Prix last night. Chloe fell asleep on the couch beside me, right? She couldn't hack it. But, in her defense, you know, 2 bros do a live stream for like the first time ever. It's 2 hours late for the show starting, okay? So, that was to be expected. Then, the live stream comes on. The fucking bodybuilders come out on stage. You can only see 3 people out of the 6 in the call out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then there's cameras all in the way of the bodybuilders. I was like, are they fucking for real? This is the worst live stream ever. I mean, like, what idiot set up that live stream? I don't know. But anyway, stayed up to watch that. I only watched it up until the first call outs, to be honest. That's all I wanted to see. And then it was like 9:30, 9:45. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm going to bed. I need to get a good night's sleep. So yeah, sleep was a little bit infected as a result of that. But what did I think of the show? I called the top 5, except I thought Pablo would have been ahead of Juan, even though Juan is absolutely mega. You know, so I can see why they put him there. I think it was very close between the 2 of those. That is, funnily enough, the exact top 5 I had that I called before the show. And I knew James would be in 5th as well, okay? So I think I got my order just 1 wrong before the show. And even when I watched it, my same predicted top 5, I thought was going to be my top 5. But Juan pulled ahead. But fair play to him, he looked incredible. I think this dude is going to be a fucking force once he brings up a little bit of tissue in the right areas. I think, you know, glutes, hams need to kind of come up a little bit, especially because his quads are just so overpowering, man. But he looks like a young Jay Cutler, but just with way better shape. He's pretty good. Could have been an argument for Sass, but I knew they'd give it to Grizzo. His size is just so overwhelming, and his stature is so overwhelming. He completely fucking shat the bed though, like when they did the first call-outs, because he was like gassed, fucking hanging out his ass, sweating. I mean, that dude, like, he's one of the best bodybuilders in the world. He really needs to work on, like, his composure. You could see Sass, like, looking over at him and laughing and, like, you know, tensing down in his abs. Sass was kind of, like, almost trying to get the judges to be like, look at this guy, he's falling apart, whereas I'm, like, on point. So yeah, I thought that was quite funny. But James, man, James in 5th place. So somebody asked me this on my Instagram Q&A the other day, and I was like, I was going to talk about all my stories, and I didn't. But I talk about it here on the YouTubes, guys, because I know you're the loyal watchers, and you'll understand my personality and my viewpoints a little bit more. James leaving Chris Tuttle. Like, look, I'm a massive James Hollingshead fan, guys. I really am. But I think I've lost a massive amount of respect for him off the back of that, and I think everybody has. I think he's getting a lot of hate now, and I actually think that hate is deserved. I'm one of these guys, sometimes when I see people getting hate, if I think they deserve it, I'm like, yeah, give them hate. They need to know, they need to know. So, yeah, it's a shame, really, because I love James. He's always been like a massive inspiration for me. I've always feel like I really resonated with a lot of stuff he's said and the way he thinks about things. But I just think the actions that he took there, ghosting Chris Tuttle, who's like one of the nicest fucking dudes in the industry, I think that's where he fucked up as well. Not like he ghosted Stefan or he ghosted Milos or any of that shit, right? It was Chris Tuttle, like one of the most genuine, most respected, and most intelligent fucking coaches in the whole entire industry. Like, incredible coach, really good coach. And I was watching him on Niall and Gala's podcast literally only the day before, and I was like, wow, he's really invested in James's prep. Fucking flew over to France, peaked him in person, put on 9 coats of tan on him. Obviously, that's a massive time investment. It takes away from Chris financially, it takes away from all his other clients. And then James just like texts him, says, yeah, my head isn't in it, and then just doesn't tell him anything why, and then just like goes to Zach. I mean, guys, there's no coming back from something like that. I'm sorry. And I remember when there was the split from JP happened, my initial knee-jerk reaction was like, fuck, wonder what happened there, wonder what JP did there. But yeah, there's a lot of comments, and it was exactly what I was thinking. You'd wonder why they split now, and it's probably pretty clear to see, that it wasn't James, or it wasn't JP, it was more so fucking James, I imagine. But yeah, a shame, guys. And look, I know there's a lot of like diehard James Hollingshead fans. There's a lot of people that I follow from the UK who were commenting on a lot of these posts, like bodybuilding posts, backing them up and like fighting with other people in the comments and stuff. And I'm like, will you give over, man? I'm like, I'm sorry. If that was one of my friends, because like obviously like I don't know James personally, like some bodybuilders over here do. But if that was one of my friends, one of my close friends, and they did something like that and they fucked up and they were wrong, I would hold them to account. I'd say, dude, you fucked up. That's not on. You can't be doing that. But everyone just seems to fucking glaze James and lick his fucking balls. So I think that just feeds into it and just makes it worse. But, dude needs to fucking sort his head out, in my opinion. I think there's just like a little bit of ego involved there or something. I don't know. It's obviously like ego, self-esteem kind of a thing. I mean, like, who am I to speak? Look, we all struggle with things like that, but don't be fucking like... If it's coming at the expense of like other people, then like you need to sort it out, pretty much. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Anything to contribute, Chloe?
No. Who's the guy that was...
Chloe did that there.
I thought he was very good. Don't know who he is though.
I think it's Juan Pradels. What a Spanish name.
The guy that you said came below Josema, and
that's Juan.
The guy in the red trunks.
That's Pablo.
The two of those were two.
They were in third and fourth. Good. They were in third and fourth place after Crizzo and Sass.
I don't really like Crizzo's physique. I'm sorry, but I don't.
I'm not a massive Crizzo fan either, to be honest. I actually think, I actually don't rate his physique either. It's just too unbalanced for me personally. For me personally, as a bodybuilder, it's too unbalanced, and his hips are like really weird. It's like his hip bones are like very sharp. The way like his waist jerks out. I don't know if any of you noticed that, but yeah, look, I get this, finish this coffee now, finish this HydroFlow, because it's getting closer and closer to meal number 1 time, and I need to do a little bit of work upstairs. I've got 2 check-ins on a Sunday, that's all. So box those off, see if there's any messages that came in from last night, and we'll start our day. I'm loving these darker mornings lately, guys. Darker, colder mornings, oof, live for them.
Alright guys, we have got meal number 1 here. A little bit of an unconventional meal. And I actually had one of my previous clients message me on Instagram and say something like I was having Nutella on toast for my first meal. I was like, bro, that is not Nutella on toast, okay? So I just want to clarify this and just show you what this is here, okay? So we've got 150 grams of sourdough bread, of course. It has to be Jason's sourdough. So Chloe, show him our lovely freezer there. See all that bread? Let's get this bread. Let's get it. So we go through quite a lot of Jason's sourdough in this house. So I have to get loaves and loaves of it and freeze it in case it's out. So 150 grams of sourdough bread, 100 grams of blueberries, 30 grams of whey protein, and then in this cup here, we've got 15 grams of almond butter and 15 grams of dark chocolate. It has to be, guys, Montezuma's Absolute Black Almond, best dark chocolate of all time, and it has to be Paper Nut Coconut Almond Butter. Okay, we're big snobs when it comes to like the quality of the foods that we eat and the brands that we use, because we're bodybuilders, like, you know, like this is just the way you are, right? So what we do with this is, Kuba told me to do this, and I was like, is this guy for fucking real? And then I actually tried it, and I was like, this is actually lovely. So you basically just put a little bit of water in a cup, right? And you melt the dark chocolate and the almond butter together. And then I scoop it out here like this. Some of it obviously gets stuck to the cup. So, look, it is what it is. But you just scoop it out, guys. And then you can just literally spread it like Nutella. Except it's not Nutella. It's healthy Nutella. Now, Chloe calls this my shitty bread, because the Montezuma's obviously has nuts in it. So, like, when you look at this, there's little nuts in the chocolate. It almost looks like runny poo with sweet corn. So that's my meal number one. Hopefully you are all watching this eating your meal number one as well. And I'm talking about runny poo sweet corn. And that's giving you great appetite for the day. So also with this meal, we've got 15 units of Lantus. So when it comes to insulin, guys, don't just take this willy-nilly, all right? I've often had clients before in the past be like, yo, bro, when are we adding the insulin in? When are we adding the insulin into off-season stack? I want to get massive, whatever. And I'm like, when there's actually a need for it, okay? And this is one of those things that back in the day, when I was getting into things, I used to think, oh, yeah, I can't wait till I'm like taking some insulin. Ooh. And it's like, why? Why? Literally doesn't matter, right? Taking this insulin is like me just taking one of my health supplements. It's the way I see it. It's like, if I need it, I'll take it. If I don't need it, I won't take it. It's like, why am I taking it? Just to keep my fasted blood glucose under control, because it was starting to creep up a little bit higher. I'm taking a lot of GH in the evening time, which can actually affect that, your insulin sensitivity. So I'm taking that to keep that in a good range, keep it in a good spot. If you're insulin sensitive, you're going to grow more, okay? I'm not just taking it to grow or whatever, you know? It does help with your appetite as well, a little bit, which is good. So take 15 units of this. I'll eat this meal, and then me and C Chizzle will go for a walk, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some good questions. Why?
The best thing about Sunday morning, guys, new Big Dog cast upload. If you don't already watch the Big Dog podcast, get on it. It's fucking our favorite podcast. Me and Chloe love it. Just normal people, normal dudes talking normal shit. No bullshit. It's great. All right, guys. So, like clockwork, 9:31, we have got meal number 2 here. So, in this meal, we've got 200 grams of chicken, 120 grams of sushi rice, and 100 grams of strawberries. So, I have recently switched, guys, from jasmine rice to sushi rice. Now, I reckon on my rest days, I'll still have the jasmine rice, because rest day hunger is still very high. So, jasmine rice kind of buffs up a little bit more, and it is a lot more filling and satiating. But I did find that it was causing me kind of some digestive issues on my training days when I was eating a little bit more of it. So I've swapped over to sushi rice. And sushi rice, guys, is the ultimate off-season hack. So it's obviously like much, much smaller. So when you cook it, you can cook it with far less water, and it doesn't volumize as much. If you try and cook jasmine rice with like 1-to-1 or like 1.2 water to rice ratio, it's like very hard and gritty, and it's just not nice, right? But with sushi rice, it's still pretty soft and easy to eat and actually edible, even when you cook it with like a very small amount of water. So it's a big thumbs up. It's much lower volume. It sits a lot better and digests a lot better. So training days, sushi rice is going to be my go-to moving forward, right? And this is another one of those changes that like I feel like I've just been a little bit proactive with. The second I started to feel like, oh, I'm a little bit bloated after my jasmine rice meals, boom, taking it out straight away, putting in the sushi rice. All right. Another change I've made is that for my fruit source, I'm literally just having berries and banana now. So I subbed out the pineapple for some banana. And the reason being is I actually find that pineapple gives me heartburn. And even when I was eating my pineapple recently, as it was literally going down my esophagus, it was like burning me. Like it was really difficult to actually eat 150 grams of pineapple. Like, I'd be in pain eating 150 grams of pineapple, which sounds really fucked up, right? But that's what was happening to me. So I just removed that completely, and I haven't been getting as much heartburn since. All right, my gut, guys, is just so fucking sensitive. So I've got to do everything that I've got to do to make sure I can optimize my digestion as much as possible. So that is meal number 2. I'm going to put some zero sugar ketchup on this, of course, and we'll bang this into us. And there's something else there I was going to say with regards to digestion, but I completely forgot. But I've got more digestion pointers I want to touch off and talk about in this video as I'm going through the remainder of my meals. So I'll tell you those on the post-workout meal. Oh yeah, so we've had 2 food increases this week, okay? And when I moved to the 5 meals, I did that before the first food increase. And one of the changes I made was I actually brought the rice down and I put in some higher volume foods. Now the rice has gone back up again, but I'm hoping I'm not going to notice it as much because of the sushi rice. Does that make sense? So yeah, anyway, we'll get this meal in, guys. We'll go for another batch of steps. The Big Dog cast is fantastic. They're talking about Nate and Phoebe's like conception for their child and like fertility protocols and all that stuff, which is something I've been thinking about a lot recently as well, because not that I want to have a kid right now, but it's something that's in the immediate future for me, like 3 years' time. And it's obviously something as a bodybuilder you've definitely got to think about, especially when you've been doing this as long as I have, and you're chasing the pro card and you've been taking lots of gear, etc., etc. So very, very nice to kind of hear the success that they've had, what he's done, and all that other sort of stuff. And it's just really like nice to seeing good people get success with things. So yeah, very wholesome episode. So we'll get back to watching that, as I know Chloe's inside snapping, waiting for me there while I'm vlogging. So yeah, and we'll catch you in a bit, guys. All right, guys, pre-workout meal here. We have got 150 grams of rice pudding. We've got 60 grams of whey paste, 150 grams of strawberry, and 20 grams of honey, or 22 grams of honey, as you can see here. Overcooked it on the honey slightly, as obviously it's super hard to gauge that correctly. But we're in the off season, so 2 extra grams of honey isn't going to be the biggest deal in the world. But that is the pre-workout meal, guys. Monstrous meal here. So one of the biggest changes that I've made is obviously moving from 6 meals a day to 5 meals a day. What I've done is just increase my protein portions in every single meal. Obviously, a lot of that has come from whey. I've tried to keep the meat portions a little bit smaller, but I've mainly just taken the carbs away from meal 5 and added them pre-workout and added them post-workout, okay? For me, it works really well to have like really large pre and post-workout meals, especially post-workout meal. I like my post-workout meal to be like my biggest meal of the day. Number 1, because I've had the most digestive time in between meals for that meal. And number 2, the uptake of carbs and glucose is just going to be much, much higher post-workout after you've trained than it's going to be any other time of the day. So I find that I can just consume and digest carbs and utilize them so much easier post-workout. So I like to put a lot of my carbs post-workout. So that's just my preference. I'll show you the post-workout meal, of course, when we get home from training push. But first, we'll get this meal into us now, and then I'll box off the last of my steps, not the last of my steps, but the last walk that I need to do for the day before I actually get the last of my steps done when I train. So normally, like, I'll have a walk after meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and then I'll clock some steps up around the gym. And then generally when I get home from the gym and I eat my post-workout meal, just do a little bit of work and then chill out for the evening time. Pre-gym ritual, my people, you know the drill. Scoop a mega pump in to make sure we get a big pump in the old chest today. So funnily enough, I've been going on about how good this like mix is and how nice the raspberry twist flavor is and stuff like that. And I thought for some reason in the old mega pump that I had fruit burst flavor, but I finished that ages ago and I've actually been on the raspberry twist flavor. But I'm on the raspberry twist flavor, the new mega pump as well, and the two of them taste completely different. I mean, this is good, but this is just next level. Like it's just way nicer than it was before. So actually having the same flavor here, but the new raspberry twist is fucking levels. I need to use this old mega pump though, because like I keep going to the new one to have a scoop of that. And see with this as well, I don't know that I like leave it up on the counter one day and did water get into it or something. But you know, it's after like clumping up very slightly. So anytime I like mix it, I need to like mash it up and like mix it around. But yeah, maybe that's just the old mega pump as well, because my new one doesn't really have that issue. Do you know those little silica gel things? I used to always take those out because I'd be like, why is this silica gel in here? I don't need this, and I throw it out. But that's for the moisture to make sure that your stuff doesn't all clump up. I didn't figure that out for ages. Now, I obviously figured that out like years ago, guys. But when I was like 17, I used to do that. You know, when I used to be buying pre-workouts. When I was like 17, 18, before I even went to college and I first started going to the gym, I used to always do that. And then eventually, I think I was in like my second year of college, and I figured out what the silica gel was actually for. And my mind was blown. I used to wonder why all my supplements got all clumpy. So if you don't know that, guys, now you know. We've also got our espresso over here. Not a double espresso, just a singular espresso. I'm going to go for today. I don't want too much caffeine because I don't want to be up late tonight, because we were up very late last night watching the British finals. And I'm fucking tired today, I'm not going to lie, guys. So I want an early night tonight. So after this push day, we're going to come home early, eat our pre-workout meal and post-workout meal, and definitely aim to have the last meal a little bit earlier tonight so I can get up to bed at a very, very reasonable time. Okay? And then, lastly, guys, because I might actually forget to do this. Actually, no. I'll show you in the gym, because it will force me to record something in the gym. So bear with me. All right, guys, we just rocked up at the gym for push and the next meal, intra-workout. So in here, we've got 30 grams of carb drive from Conte, 15 grams EAAs, 10 grams of creatine, and 10 grams of glutamine. Actually, we don't have any glutamine in here because I ran out. But we've got all the other shit in there as well, all right? So as we've upped my food, I've kept the quantity of my intra down. It's just that 30 grams, which honestly is way, way lower than I've had it before in the past. My intra's gone up as high as 80 grams before in the past. And during that time, it didn't really cause me that many digestive issues. However, I'm just trying to keep it as low as I possibly can and trying to bump up my food, again, like I said, pre and post workout, as high as I possibly can, and keep my fuel from food and my carbs from food as high as possible, and not rely on intras as much. I do think an intra is a very, very useful tool, so it is important to get some carbs and like some EAs and everything in during your session. However, I don't want to like overdo it, be walking around with a big extended gut, drinking too much water in the gym. So I'm just going to keep that down and probably keep it down for the remainder of the off season if I can. So push on the cards today. We got 2 sets fly, we got 3 sets press, 1 set dip, and then we've got what? Oh, sorry. And then we have got 2 sets of a push down, 3 sets of a lateral. So that's going to be the session, guys. I'm not going to record today. I'm just going to keep today all about the food. So if you want to see my training, go onto my Instagram.
We'll get Chloe in frame there. The hair's been brushed, lads. She's ready to rock again. She's ready to cameo. So session wrapped up. How's your session, Chloe?
Good, but we stayed up way too late last night, so I was yawning mid-set.
I was telling them that. I was telling them we were up past our bedtime last night.
Yeah, so like I had no for me today, but it was okay.
Yeah. I had a good session. I progressed, but again, my pecs just feel like they're gonna fucking tear. Don't know what's wrong with them. It's just the weirdest thing ever. It's so fucking weird, and it makes me really uneasy when I'm in. I can't like enjoy my push days because I'm like so conscious of like, oh, is something gonna tear here? It's living in my head rent free. And then we boxed off our steps in the treadmill afterwards, and I must say my feet are bait. My feet are bad. 10,000 steps when you're 250 plus pounds. 10,000 steps a day when you're 250 plus it's starting to hammer my feet. It really is. Oh. That's cardio when you're as big as me, Chloe.
I'm getting the worst quad pumps at the moment when I'm doing hip thrusts and like loads of other movements. My legs are probably just super tight.
I heard there's just something wrong with your execution.
No, my hip thrusts are quite good actually.
Don't know about that. I was actually watching it, doing them at one stage.
I know, I seen you and I smiled. Did you see me smile?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I thought you were smiling at me because you see me in the mirror, like looking at the big lump on my shoulder.
No, I could see in the corner of my eye, and I looked over and I was like, stupid cunt, watching me.
And then I looked at you at one stage in between your sets, you were lying on the ground, you're like this, you're on your phone, and I was like, I bet you she's online shopping there. That's definitely what you were doing, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So anyway, we went to did you tell them about our Christmas shopping we did?
What Christmas shopping?
Last week. So we went to the cosmetic company store, guys, okay? Any girls watching this, it's going to be too late for you, but we got them. We got the presents. So there was 10 makeup items for £100. So we got some for my sister and some more. And then I did a bit more Christmas shopping, and I made Dara do some more because he won't do it if I don't make him. Yeah,
it's mad. It's the 19th of October now, and I practically have all my Christmas shopping done, bar 1 or 2 bits I still have to get from my sisters. Then obviously like when I get home, I'll get like Chloe's mum a voucher for dinner, my uncle, my godfather a voucher for dinner. You know, they're just like quick and easy things like once you get home to just like do. But yeah, I've everything sorted mega early. this time around, which is really, really not like me. And normally I'm like last minute job, or I just don't give people a present at all. I know that's wicked, but like,
I'm bad though, because I'm like, do this, get that. This will be good for this person.
yeah, the only reason I am ahead is because Chloe is very good at this. So she's normally way ahead of the curve. So that's then forced me to be way ahead of the curve.
But I'm gone for Christmas, so my stuff needs to be sorted out within the next like 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
I'm practically done as well though.
Yeah, she's abandoning me for Oz, fellas. So I'm going to be back home, just slugging it in Ireland, in the cold and the wind and the rain. To be honest, I'd actually prefer that. It's going to be nice.
But I'll get you a nice present when I'm on holidays.
Like what?
I don't know, I'm going to have to see what they have, but maybe like...
Bring me back an alligator. Crocodile.
Yeah, no problem.
I love a
I'll
pet
put one of
crocodile
those
from
in
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My suitcase. That's fine. And
I'm going to be
maybe-
very disappointed now if I
Maybe
don't
a
have a crocodile.
kangaroo.
Maybe a kangaroo. Yeah, they're fucking jacked. Like, I could do fucking, you could do a bit of boxing with them, you know what I mean?
No, I'm thinking like whatever... I don't know. I can't be telling you because I'll ruin this price.
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah, I'll get them. Anyone have any tips for me? DM me on Instagram about good things to get there in Australia because, boy,
bottle of Mass D,
yeah,
because those bottles of Mass P are not the one. So,
I'd see if I could find any connections while I'm over
any
there.
connect over and Oz, please hook me up. Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared.
Right, guys, it's pissing rain out now, so we're going to go home. Well, Chloe's going to cook the post-workout meal. And,
Yeah, he gets odd when I don't cook it.
yeah, too right.
No,
Yeah.
no. I wear the pants if you can't tell.
Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Do you know what the worst thing about Chloe is, right? Chloe is so convincing. Like, she speaks with such conviction in herself, right? That, like, you know, for around other people, and like, I completely wear the pants, right? And she, no, I wear the pants. No, I wear the pants in a relationship. And she speaks with such conviction that you almost have to believe her. You get me? And like, she will make other people believe her as well. But that's just not the case. It's like the time she was like full blown, like convincing me. No, we watch Gangs in New York. Might have told this story on this before. We're on about some film. Have anyone seen Gangs in New York? Great film. Daniel Day-Lewis. Unbelievable. One of the best performances of all time. It's like a 3-hour long film, right? When we were in Croatia, not Turkey, when we were in Croatia like 3 years ago, we put it on in one of the Airbnbs. We watched legit like the first 30 minutes of it, right? And then I don't know, I think I wanted to rewatch it back one night, or I was going on about it, and she was like, no, we watched that. I was like,
No, we were
didn't."
at breakfast and Ross Byrne was talking about it.
Yeah, Ross was like, great film. And then I was like, Chloe, you didn't even see that. She was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, no, we didn't finish that. Yes, we did. We watched all that. And I goes, right, so walk me through it. Tell me what happens. And she was able to explain like the first 30 minutes of it like really well. And I was like, and then what? And then what happened next? And she's like, I can't remember, but I swear we watched it. And we had this big explosive argument at the breakfast table that morning, and she was fully convinced, and she was
It
like,
wasn't. It was a debate, guys. It was not an argument.
yeah, people think that like, well, I don't know, if you really know us, you wouldn't, but like, I remember one time before, right, we were training in some gym up the country, somewhere in Ireland, down the country, somewhere in Ireland, right, and like, were we even going out at this stage?
I don't know.
I don't even know if we were going out. Maybe we were going out, but not that long at this stage, right? And like, I kind of said something to Chloe in like a certain way, like in like a snappy way, and she kind of like snapped back at me, but I wasn't even that snappy. Not to us, it wasn't,
No.
right? Like, she said something to me, and I kind of said something to her, right? There was these two girls that were just kind of there, right? That were speaking to beforehand, and then one of the girls like kind of stopped. She was like, "I'd say you kill each other, do you?" And me and Chloe both went, "No." At the exact same time, we were like baffled. We were like, "What? What do you mean we kill each other?" Because like, that's just how we like speak and interact. So yeah, like,
Nothing's deep, really, guys. Because like, if
Nah.
you hear us like having a bit of a debate, it's not an argument. It's just a heated conversation.
yeah, but that's just kind of how we interact. Like, do you get me? That's just like our personalities. Like, we're both like that, but we kind of be like aggressive or like call each other cunts or whatever in like a very like you would one of your
It's like
mates.
a
Like,
juvenile kind of
yeah,
you know.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you know.
But
So
yeah, because sometimes people don't understand and they're kind of looking at us like, Jesus, they must absolutely kill each other, but we don't. at all.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people, like, if they didn't really know us and they spent a little bit of time around each other, they think, Jesus, the fucking two lads are killing each other. They must have like the worst relationship in the world. Whereas like, when we hear Like if we heard someone being like, "Oh, do you argue all the time?" We'd be like, "No, we never argue."
We never argue. Really, we don't.
But we don't. Yeah, we don't really
We just have
at all ever.
A heated conversation 1 or 2 times a day.
Yeah. But it always kind of ends in a bit of a laugh. Like one of us would just laugh at each other, or we could be both like screaming at each other over something, and then we just burst out laughing at the end.
No, or Dara's going off his head about something, and I'm sitting there with a big smirk on my face, and he's like, "Wipe that smile off your face."
I
Don't
fucking
look
hate
at
that.
me like that.
I hate when someone's fucking laughing at me. Do you know when I'm having a little bit of a moment, and then like someone is like kind of like laughing at me, it makes me feel like really insecure or something.
And then I go, right, so I'm going to just go for a walk, and he's like,
And I'm, where are you going?
"Don't you leave this house."
No, the most annoying thing ever is like, because we're very different. Like, what are those attachment avoidant and all those like bollocks fucking terms, right? I don't know about any of that terms, right? But whatever that is, we must be like the polar opposite, right? And anytime like I'm like I'm like, right, we need to sort this now. I'm like a fixer. We need to sort this now. We need to communicate. We need to like get to the root of the problem. And Chloe just wants to be left alone. She just wants to fuck off anytime like any bit of attention happens. So like she'd be like literally trying to run away from me. She'd be trying to like go out for a walk, or she'd be trying to go downstairs or something. I'd be like, "Where are you going? We're having a conversation here." Like be chasing her down the stairs.
Stomping after me.
I'd be like, "No, come back here. Sit down." And like, we're talking about this now. And Chloe's just like,
I'm like, we'll talk about it later, because I need to just have a cool, collected conversation.
yeah, Chloe needs a cool down period. Whereas like I'm like, nope, this isn't dragging into this evening. Let's just get this sorted now. One of those people. If there's something to sort, I'll sort it. I'm a doer. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. How did we get from gym, Christmas, and then
I don't know.
this?
I don't know.
But yeah, you might meet me in person sometime, guys. I'll say hello. I try not to talk to people though when I'm in the gym, because I don't shut up. So.
Yeah, Chloe's like me as well. If you see her in the gym with the headphones on, just don't fucking speak to her. She doesn't want to speak to you.
Because if I do end up speaking to someone, I cannot close my mouth. I don't know when to stop talking. I'm like, and then people are like, so easy to talk to, aren't you? And then they're telling me their whole life story. I'm there for an hour.
So you see, Chloe's bad for that. But like, if I'm in the gym and I don't want to be spoken to, and someone comes up and talks to me, I will talk to them. But I'll cut the conversation pretty quickly. And I'll like put my earphones back in. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, cool, right, enjoy your session," or whatever. Like I'm good for like just nipping it in the bud like that. Whereas Chloe just keep going and going and talking and talking and talking. And I feel like if I don't want to talk to you, you'll know all about it by my demeanor, by the way I am with you. Like you'll know I don't want you talking to me. So you'll very quickly pick up on the hint. Whereas with Chloe, in her head, she's probably thinking, "I wish this fucking cunt to get away from me and stop talking to me." But she's so friendly that the person just keep talking to her for ages. You get me? So
yeah.
Chloe's just so easy to get on with. She really is, actually, to be fair. You know, not as like a partner, but just as like a person. Like, do you get me? Obviously as a partner as well, of course. You're just so easy going.
I know.
Like me as well. I'm easy going too, aren't I? Easy breezy, like.
The most uptight man I know.
That's right. At least I know. At least I'm self-aware.
I know.
But yeah, it's taking up a lot of space here, aren't I? It's not the wide angle lens, boys.
Wait now a few weeks, guys, you won't even be able to see me. I'll be so skinny.
Yeah, I'll be like 3 width-wise.
Hopefully. I'm still a bit fat at the moment though.
No, she's not.
It's okay.
She's not. That's a long clip, wasn't it?
How long are we talking?
11 minutes.
Don't put this in, it's too long.
Nah, people like the waffle. Oh, I might get a comment again, right? Somebody commented on my last full day of eating going, "Full day of talking." And then somebody else obviously commented underneath that. One of my true followers going, "It's a vlog, that's what people do." And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm like, if you want to watch a fucking short, snappy, like what someone eats in a day video, go back to fucking Instagram or TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. This is YouTube. This is long form content. This is for people whose brains aren't fucking retarded.
I might give you a haul of some of my Christmas stuff later, guys, if Dara leaves me, because
you need to get back on your own YouTube channel.
Because I've been waiting to show people what I got, because I just love shopping.
You need to get back being consistent with your own YouTube channel. What did I tell you?
But sometimes, guys, I don't wanna record myself because I just.
She's a pussy.
No, I'm not a pussy, because I'm well able to talk. I really am.
She just doesn't have the same level of discipline and commitment that I do. That's really what it is.
No, it's because I work a full-time corporate job and my head is wrecked from it at the moment.
Excuses.
Is my head not wrecked? Was I not working this morning? Sunday morning, was I not on that laptop?
Yeah, I wanted Chloe to record my meal one. I walked into the sitting room, I was like, Chloe, and I was like, you're not fucking working, eh? And she had her laptop out. I was like, you messing?
I'm just going through a difficult period at the moment with some of my clients, guys, and honestly, I just want to kill someone. But I try to be professional and just get on with it.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
But it's like, some people just don't know what they're talking about. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to tell you the stuff.
There's a lot of dumb people out there, Chloe. There's a lot of dumb people out there.
I know, but it's not my... I'm not going to get into it. I'm really not.
It's a conversation for a whole other vlog. People want to watch you moan, they can go onto your channel.
No, because I wouldn't even start, because it would just be a full
A moaning channel.
Half an hour segment of me just complaining about my work issues at the moment.
There's a lot of people in that boat, you know. There really is.
I know.
A lot of people out there unhappy with their lives and their jobs, guys.
I'm not unhappy with my life or my job. It's just, I wish people were more self-aware of what they need to know when they're in a company, and they just are a bit...
Basically, most people don't actually understand how retarded they actually are, and they seep that retardation onto lots of other people around them, and all those people suffer. Because I work a corporate job as well, and it used to happen to me. And that's why I don't work a corporate job anymore, because, you know, I got pulled aside a couple of times and been like, here, you can't be doing that. I told this fella who was like about 15 years my senior once, we were like sitting down at the desk, we were like going through something, and he just wasn't picking up what I was putting down, right? And he thought I was after making a mistake, but I was trying to show him what was going on here. And on and on and on and on. And then I just went, Kenna, you're not fucking listening to me. This is what I'm fucking trying to show you, blah, blah, blah. And I was in like open pan office cubicles, like loads of people beside each other, and everyone was just like, oh, you know, but what can you do? And then I just clocked him, and then I jumped out the window, and then I ran away. That didn't actually happen.
No, the first part
I wish I fucking did clock him though.
The first part
fucking
did
Kenna,
happen.
if you're watching this, fuck you.
Oh,
And I remember back then as well, the same fella, Kenna, said to another one of the graduates that I worked with, what's the story with Darryl? Like, you know, like he's into the gym and stuff like that. Like, do you reckon he'd be like, you know, taking them steroids and stuff? He's very angry. Completely natty at the time, like. I was completely natty at the time. And he fucking thought I was juicing up because I was so angry. No wonder I was angry working that fucking job. But anyway, this video is going to be an hour long, Chloe.
yeah, not good.
Alright, we better get back now because I'm busting for a piss. So before I wet myself, let's get it.
Alright guys, post-workout meal, we have got 120 grams of sushi rice with 200 grams of chicken, 100 banana, 20 raisins and 20 honey. And then on the side here, we've got 2 slices of sourdough bread with 40 grams of jam, 20 on each slice. So this post-workout meal goes down an absolute treat. And I believe this is like 210 grams of carbs or something. Easy, absolutely light work in this. The slices of toast with the jam are just like dessert after eating what is already pretty much a dessert. You put some cinnamon on there as well, Chloe, did you? Lovely stuff. So just much lower volume foods, guys. Okay, so before this would have been like chicken with like quite a lot of rice and just could nothing kind of added to the side. So what I done was I made the rice portion smaller, okay? And then I made it even smaller again from the sushi rice. I added a banana instead of the pineapple that I had on the side. So that's double the amount of carbs, but roughly same amount of volume. 20 grams of raisins. Raisins are the goat, guys. Super, super fucking easy carb source to get in. And then just a little bit of honey as well. Fast-acting carbs. Jam, fast-acting carbs. Perfect after the workout. Zoom. Just get that glycogen replenished. You know what I'm saying? So this is fucking delicious as well, guys. Like, this is such a fucking tasty meal. It's so, so good. So yeah, a little bit of honey, a little bit of jam, just utilizing these things around the workout window only, as they are obviously very fast acting and they're sugars. So I wouldn't generally, I try not to have too many sugars like late at night before bed or like first thing in the morning to like really spike your insulin first thing. You know, I just think around the workout perimeter is where they're best placed. Obviously, these are like more natural sugars because they're coming from honey and they're coming from jam, right? They're not like coming from Rice Krispie Squares bars, for example, right? Not that I've got anything against those. I mean, they taste fucking delicious, but, you know, they're just a little bit more processed than having some honey, you know, which is just a little bit better, in my opinion. So on the telly here, we've got the Gilmore Girls which is going to be going off very quickly so that Dara can watch the bros. Chloe's just been getting the Gilmore Girls up 24/7. Season 6, episode 6. I'm sure you started watching this like 3 weeks ago.
I've been watching this for months.
I don't know. She always has it on the background 24/7,
I just need a bit of noise.
which is annoying because I come down and then I turn it off and then I leave and she turns it back on. And then I come in and I turn it back off again. So yeah, it's
All
just...
I want is just something to play in the background that is like easy to just keep watching, but I'm like not really invested in the series.
Yeah. So look, we'll get this meal into us, guys. This is meal number 4, and after this, it's 3:15 now. And after this, we'll have the last meal at like 6 p.m. So about an hour earlier than I was having it before. And this is another reason for me to swap into 5 meals a day, because for me, and a lot of scientists will even tell you this as well, you need to eat. One of the biggest things you can do to improve your sleep is eating at like 3 hours before you go to sleep, right? 2 hours for me minimum, but if you can eat like 3 hours before you actually like fall asleep, then that's the sweet spot, right? Because all the food will have been kind of digested in your stomach, etc., etc. It'll lower your resting heart rate quite a lot. That'll improve your sleep, it'll improve your HRV, etc. So for me, if I eat a meal like right before I go to bed, it really affects my sleep. Some people absolutely fine. Like I know even for Cuba can have a meal at 8 o'clock and he can go to bed at 8:30 and he's absolutely fine. He sleep like a baby. My body just doesn't work that way. Okay, so you've got to again figure out what works best for you. And another big reason for me moving to 5 meals a day is the sleep, but also digestion, right? Having more time in between my meals. Like I'll eat this meal now and I'll have almost 3 hours to digest it before I have my last meal, instead of coming home from the gym and having 3 meals in the space of 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? So even though the meal is larger, my stomach can handle that larger volume, and then it just passes through nice and like it has more time to pass through before I'm slamming more food on top of it. Does that make sense? And then I wake up in the morning and boom, I'm empty. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, go to the toilet, I'm empty, I'm ready to like eat again. So yeah, it's just working really well for me. So they're my reasonings, and they're just based off my own personal anecdotal experiences I've gone through off seasons before in the past. So any decision that I ever make, it's always pretty calculated, I would say. So
Bad time, boys. Oh, look at that girth. As you can tell, I don't really fit in this bat at all. My feet are halfway up along the tile on the wall in front of me, and I definitely fit in here a lot less than I did when I was on prep, which is a good sign of some growth. At least in prep, I kind of fitted in here. I could actually squeeze my shoulders down. Now I actually genuinely can't squeeze my 2 shoulders down into the bat. I'll go upstairs on the bat for you. But nonetheless, it's relaxing. It's piping hot because Chloe likes to fucking scald me.
No, usually I get in first place.
Usually Chloe gets in first and I'll get in after her. I know I get in her dirty bat water, but she's clean. She's clean enough. She's sufficiently clean. Because I can't hack the heat. But she wants to wash her hair or something today, so she wants to get in after me. So we'll lie here for the next 10-15 minutes, get out, get changed, and then I'll still have plenty of time before my last meal. It's only 5:15 now.
You'll be wrecked after you get out of there.
I'll be fucking exhausted. I'll be fit for the bed after I get out of this bath. So maybe I'll eat early. Maybe I'll eat at 5:30 and just try and go to bed at like 6:30. But I'm feeling pretty zen right now, I must say. So yeah. Bats are just tremendous, guys.
I have sleepy time Epsom salts in the bath.
Sleepy time Epsom salts. Sleepy time. Fall asleep in the bath. Be pure Amy Winehouse down the bath. Was it Amy Winehouse?
I think so, yeah.
It was, yeah. She probably went out on a load of drugs though. The right way. What else was I going to say there now? I can't even remember. Because I'm so sleepy. I'm switching off already, guys. So all them Epsom salts are kicking in.
Yeah, you have some sleepy time bubble bath as well.
I can tell, yeah. I can tell. Usually there's no bubbles in the bath, but today there's quite a lot of bubbles. Bottle of Relax there, whatever that is.
No, that's not it.
I know, I can see it. It's up there.
It's a bubble bath.
Yeah. I don't know. It smells nice and it's relaxing, so Chloe gets all that stuff. That's a pink job. It is.
I'll tell you one thing, lads. I am proper fucking exhausted after that bath. So once I eat this meal, I'll sit upright on the couch for half an hour just to leave it sit, and then I'm going straight to the cot and hopefully get a good 8-hour plus sleep last tonight, because I really fucking need it. But anyway, we will show you the 5th and final meal here, which I've just rustled up off camera for you all. So we've got 100 grams of cream of rice. This evening I have gone for the caramel biscuit flavour. I kind of float between this one and the salted caramel the last while. The caramel biscuit one though requires a little bit less water, whereas the salted caramel is a little bit thicker. I think I prefer the consistency of the salted caramel and the taste a little bit more than the caramel biscuit, but like I said guys, trying to keep the stomach volume nice and light. So got 100 grams of Conte caramel biscuit, cream of rice. We've got 150 grams of berries, 60 grams of whey, and we've got 15 grams of almond butter and 15 grams of dark chocolate. So the dark chocolate is buried in under there. You can see a little bit of it there right now. So that is the nightcap, guys. I did actually mention earlier that we had 2 food increases this week. I've only actually upped this meal 10 grams of cream of rice. I'm trying to keep my last meal like very, very small. If I have to up my food anywhere else in the rest of the day, from here, I'm probably going to increase meal 1 and meal 2. Meal 2, probably add some raisins to it, maybe add another banana. Meal 1, maybe an extra slice of sourdough, maybe a little bit of jam if needed. But that is probably what my food increases are most likely going to look like from here moving forward. So guys, I'm going to drop the total calories and macros for the day up on the screen here. I'm also going to put up my updated medium day and low day calories up here. So my medium days are basically arm days, guys. My high days are push-pull leg days, and then my low days are obviously my rest days. So as you can see, low fat diet, it's like 44 grams of fat both training days, and maybe the same as well on the rest day, but much higher carb. And then protein is for me it's been much higher. I think this is kind of like, I would say moderate for me, like 300-ish grams of protein. I've been upwards of 360 before in the past, and honestly, have I seen benefit from it? Yes. Have I noticed a difference since I've dropped down? No, just that my digestion is a little bit better. I think like 200 gram meat portions for me is perfect. Once it starts to go up to like 250, it's like a little bit too much. I do have 250 portions of a rest day at the moment, but that's fine because of the 5 meals. And like I said, appetite's still pretty ravenous on the rest days at the moment. So yeah, guys, also, as I am downstairs, what I'll do before I go to sleep is I'll normally make my pins for the next day that I need to shoot. I'll come over here to the corner and I'll put all like my evening time supplements in the cup. And then once I take these after my last meal, I'll make the morning supplements, or put the morning supplements in there, sorry. And then I have my Supreme Sleep here, blackcurrant flavor, which in my opinion is just head and shoulders above the mango flavor. What are you laughing at?
Like leaving it back there, I don't see me at all.
Chloe is all glammed up as well.
My hair is all wet, guys.
The blackcurrant flavor, which in my opinion is head and shoulders above the mango flavor, and I actually just put that in the fridge to cool, so that it's just a treat before I go to bed. And I've got my whey protein for meal 1 in the fridge for tomorrow, so everything I need to kind of have prepared is pretty much prepared. I might actually start putting my 100 grams of blueberries in a little bowl for my meal 1 in the morning time the night before as well. Maybe that might be overkill, but you can never be too prepared as a bodybuilder, guys. And this is the thing, right? If you're a bodybuilder, half of your day is going to be spent preparing your meals and eating your meals. Literally half your fucking day, okay? Because if you're spending like 15 minutes, maybe, eating every single meal, and let's say 15 minutes goes into preparation, yes, you could batch cook a couple of meals, but obviously your cream of rice and some oats you might have to make fresh. If you work at home like me, you can do that. If I was working in the office and I had to prep it all in the morning time, it's still going to take you some time. But yeah, literally half your day is going to be fucking spent thinking about food, prepping food, thinking about everything you need for food, thinking about bringing your food with you everywhere. You're literally shackled to your meal plan. But if you don't do that, guys, well, you're going to make a pretty shitty bodybuilder, won't you? So yeah, being like into fitness and just getting in shape is completely different from any like proper physique based goal or bodybuilding goal that you would have, right? Just hitting your calories and macros, guys, it simply isn't enough if you want to make substantial progress. So remember that. Right, I'm going to wrap this video up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed me and Chloe's waffle in the car earlier on. Thanks, guys, Chloe says. What else, Chloe? What else do they have to do?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, sir.
And try to make my meal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.